Hello everyone, Kitty Foss here, your storytelling astrologer, reader of the stars, for the beginning of October. October promises change, and that's not always easy for any of us. September was setting us up for it. August was getting us aligned for it. This is a lot of change that goes right into that Scorpion season of transformation into November. Wow, what a year it's been since the last November understanding. This will be a 3-day, October 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. I will be traveling over the next week back to Florida. This is my last broadcast from the state of Maine for 2025. And so let's take a look at what October promises, because October is a preview. The beginning of October recognizes the flavor that October will be emerging in. So understand that this is not just this first 3 days. October will bring many energies working independently. We start with our Capricorn moon, starts the month with an opposition with the nurturing of our expansion. And that's really not about us not nurturing, but it's about us understanding that the expansion that is happening can only be nurtured as things are taken apart in our structures. And with our expansion of these our structures and such a shift with many surprises that are on the way. They've been talking a lot about the surprises that are on the way. And that's why it's so important that we look at who we are as we go into this. We move into the collective moon energy today, as the moon will move into Aquarius. Looking at the activation of our Pisces Saturn, the last of the structures are being moved away, are rearing their heads to try to assert their power, but it is going away while Spirit continually calls for action intentionally. To not be drawn into the hold that it seems to have on people, to face the new that is needed right now. As the moon moves into that Aquarian energy, our chaotic energy, our energy that is Uranus in Gemini, is awakened to this chaotic technological needs that are happening. And technological also means how we put our society together, how we advance. Whatever these technological needs are called on to let go and dance with this chaos in a way that works for you as you create the world you're wishing to create. Dance with this chaos, and all is to be revealed. So just understand, as this change happens, we're going to be in a energy of reacting, only you've been practicing. React with intention. This awaken isn't of ease, rather it's a rapid, radical transform of the quantum world. It's a shakeup. You know the saying that Tom Hanks said in Forrest Gump, stupid is as stupid does? Well, this is scary is as scary does. So how are you participating in being scared? The conjunction with our Pluto energy today, which will be all the way through the next couple days, will help you transform in acceptance that we can shift. We can see a new vision. Things are being pulled apart. That's how the light gets in. Where you put your energy matters. Today, especially your voice, because we have our Mercury squaring that nurturing Jupiter energy of expansion, is discernment is needed to expand the nurturing of your experience in balance. What are you doing to keep yourself balanced? Are you plugged in 24/7 to all what everyone's saying, or are you taking the actions you need to take? And this leads into the second, where the discernment is needed to align with whatever this balance is that is stepping forth for you, with our will, with the vision. Take it slow. Much is changing as you stand in your own understanding and your own power that aligns with all is not what it seems. Kind of use that as a mantra, or I'll certainly be using it. How will your personal story of how you're looking at this time, how you're dealing with this time, reflect? So during this period of time, how will you tell this story? Tell it to yourself now. The vision, the resolutions, the feelings move you forward in a new understanding of balance. It is not about changing, honoring, or cherishing what you have. Rather, It is a review for the sense of what can be. So not only are you looking at what you cherish, but you're asked to stand in the understanding of what it can be, what it really is when we tune into it. Tune in. And then on the third, the visionary energy is not necessarily looking to expand. It doesn't mean it isn't nurturing. It just means we'll be working independently in the meantime as things unfold. So trying to figure out where you can expand might not be as needed as holding on to what your vision is. It's going to be working independently. Meantime, on the third, there's a void of energy, void of course of your moon, and that is asking you to communicate. That void of course is asking you to communicate a need for balance, understanding, and holding yourself in a peaceful space as things unfold. How you use your voice, that goes back to what story do you want to tell yourself? How are you the hero showing up in your own life? How you use your voice reviews your feelings and experiencing the possibility. So think about that. As I'm looking at all these, how am I going to respond to this? How am I going to use my voice? And that's kind of the ticket. How am I going to show up for myself during a period of time when all is not as it seems? You need to move from survive to thrive in this change. How am I going to thrive during this? I'm Kitty Foss. I will be back on Saturday morning. I'll be traveling over the next 3 days to Connecticut. And closing things up, I wish you the best. Thank you for tuning in and sending you much sacred time and space for yourself over this next 3 days for this month of October. Namaste. Remember, you are the person your soul values and sees you as being.